asked, where does actually Michael Chandler go from here now that he's come off his loss to Charles Oliveira? My opinion is that Michael Chandler actually did give a great performance against Charles Oliveira. If you look at the end of the first round, there's no way anyone could have predicted that Charles Oliveira would have came back in the second round and finished him the way he did. But I feel like it's one of them things where if they would have fought 10 times, I think Michael Chandler would have at least beaten Charles Oliveira 5 times, 5 times out of the 10 times when they fought. So Michael Chandler still has options in terms of what he wants to do in his career. There's several fights that he could potentially take part in. He could potentially fight the option that everyone keeps mentioning, which is considered the best fight for him, is a fight against Justin Gaethje, which I think is a very good fight. That was a fight that was originally announced, and a lot of people said that it could have potentially happened. But obviously, a fight between Justin Gaethje and Michael Chandler would be great because both of them are coming off losses in world title fights for the UFC title. Obviously, Justin Gaethje is coming off a loss against Khabib, and Chandler's coming off a loss against Charles Oliveira. So if they were to fight each other, that would be a very competitive fight. Also, there's several other fights that he could potentially have. He could have a fight against Conor McGregor potentially. If Conor McGregor loses to Dustin Poirier, that's another option for him. And obviously, it's no secret that the UFC were really pushing Michael Chandler. There's a lot of things that's positive about Michael Chandler. He knows how to speak well. He's very marketable. He's got the look. He's got the image. The thing about Charles Oliveira is he's not that marketable compared to Michael Chandler. So I feel like Michael Chandler, he's definitely a top 5 lightweight in the UFC. Given any other day, he probably could have beaten Charles Oliveira and become the champion. Imagine if the referee would have stopped the fight at the end of the first round when he was actually ripping into pieces. Potentially Michael Chandler would have been the champion at that point. But obviously Charles Oliveira came back in the second round and managed to dominate and stop him with a left hook. So obviously Michael Chandler does have a lot of options. He could potentially fight Dustin Poirier if for whatever reason, for example, Conor McGregor beats Dustin Poirier and fights for the title. So he could potentially also have a rematch against Charles Oliveira as well. So there's so many options for Michael Chandler. His career is far from finished. I feel like because he's carried himself well during the build-up of this particular fight, the UFC is definitely going to give him more opportunities. Me personally, I'm looking forward to his next fight. I'm actually a Michael Chandler fan at this point. I wouldn't say he's one of my favourite fighters, but I think he always brings it. When I saw him stop Dan Hooker the way he did, and also if you look at his fights with Benson Henderson and Eddie Alvarez, this guy is 100% legit. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to his fight. If I had to choose, I would want him to fight probably Justin Gaethje. It's the fight that makes the most sense. So yeah, that's what I'd think. That's who I think he should fight next. Justin Gaethje. Can't get a fight against Justin Gaethje. There's several other opponents. Dararouche, who just came off a win against Tony Ferguson. That would be a good fight. Obviously, the loser of the Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor fight, that's a potential big fight. So there's a lot of options for him, and it doesn't seem like he was that hurt. If you look at the post-fight interviews he's been given, he's very cognizant of what he did wrong and what he did right in terms of his performance against Charles Oliveira. So I feel like there's a performance out there for him. Obviously, he could fight. He could potentially go up in weight if he wants to, but I think he should stay in the lightweight division because the people at the welterweight division are just far too big. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Michael Chandler. I think he's a very exciting fighter and a very exciting addition to the lightweight division in the UFC roster. He's definitely a top 5 lightweight, and I like the way he carried himself during the build-up of his fight against Charles Oliveira, and I just think he does have a lot of options out there if he does want to continue fighting. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to his fight. Subscribe to this channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace out.